Hi, I'm Dr. Holly Tech, clinical psychologist, and in this video, we're going to be thinking a little bit about some tips for overcoming feeling negative. So, do you ever find yourself feeling negative a lot of the time? So, finding it hard to see the positive in things, feeling like everything is stressful and worrying and overwhelming? You're not alone. First up, life can be stressful and worrying and overwhelming sometimes. That is a fact. But also, our human brains are wired to see the negative before we see the positive. That's actually within the wiring of our brains. And the reason for that is because when we evolved thousands of years ago, we evolved to protect ourselves like any species does. So our brains were wired to be on alert for potential dangers, potential threats to life, essentially. So we were always on the alert to see were there predators, was there something that could come and harm us? The thing is that now, scroll forward to where we are in the present day, and we don't necessarily have the same dangers for the most part. However, the brain doesn't know the difference. It hasn't kind of caught up with us in that way. So it's wired still to spot the negatives. So let's say you did a presentation at work or at school or wherever you might do a presentation in front of a group of people. Let's say there were 10 people that were in the group that you were presenting to, and you got feedback from all of them at the end of your presentation. 9 of those people said it was fantastic, it was amazing, it was the best thing they'd ever heard, you were wonderful. And one person said, oh, wasn't really for me, I didn't really get it. It wasn't really negative feedback, but they didn't love it. Chances are your brain and you will focus in on that one person that didn't like it. And the 9 that gave the most incredible feedback in the world, we'll kind of skim over that. We'll read it, it'll make us happy for a second, but our brain goes straight back to that negative. And that's because of what we've just been talking about. So in psychology, we call this a negativity bias, and it's something that all of us humans have. The good news, though, is that there are some things that we can try to remind ourselves to see some of the positives as well. Now, we don't have to be trying to go, everything's wonderful, everything's perfect, I'm having a wonderful time, because that can be a little bit unrealistic and a little bit far away from how we're really feeling. But some of the tips I'm going to give you now, you can try them out and see what might work for you. So the first thing, if you are feeling super negative, is to take a short break from whatever it is you were doing that brought these thoughts on. So let's say you were sat at your computer working on something, for example, and all of a sudden it just felt too much. This was really hard. This other thing was really hard. You were worried about this deadline. Something wasn't working on your computer and just thinking, oh, this is just a bit too much. So take a break from whatever it was that was making you feel that way and come back to it later. Very easy, very simple. The second thing that you can do is to get yourself into nature. So nature really helps us to tap into who we are as people. So you might be someone that likes a walk in the park, that likes to go to the beach, to the mountains. And if you live in an inner city, even just a small patch of grass or somewhere where there are some trees or some flowers on the ground, just being amongst nature, be that plants and trees or animals, can really make a huge difference in our ability to feel a little bit more positive. Okay, number 3, consider who you spend the most time with. So I'm not telling you to make new friends or to lose current friends or anything like that. But we tend to take on the characteristics of the people that we spend the most time with. So if you are surrounding yourself with people who are also feeling quite negative and speaking about how they're feeling quite negative, that can make you feel even worse. Whereas if you're spending some time with people who are able to see more of the positives in life, chances are you will take on some of that a little bit too. Now, it's not going to completely cure you. It's not going to make you never think negatively again. But at least for the time that you're with them and for a short time afterwards, you'll hopefully feel a little bit brighter and a little bit more positive about things. Okay, next one. Offer up positive comments to other people. Don't lie, but when you see something positive, tell them, compliment them, give them praise on something that they've done well, because this will help you to really focus on the good in life and the good in other people. And also the benefit of this is that it often comes back to us. So when we are kind towards other people, often they are then kind towards us, and it kind of spreads out and ripples out. And you can never have enough kindness in this world. Okay, and last two. So make the most of the positive moments when you do feel them. So even if you are someone that's feeling negative a lot of the time, chances are once in a while at least, there will be something positive in your life. And it could be teeny, teeny, tiny. Doesn't matter. Grab hold of that when that happens. Think about it, relish it, enjoy it, make the most of it, so that you can remind yourself about it later as well. So if you're feeling quite bad a little bit later on, you can think, oh, yeah, I am feeling bad now. But actually, when I saw this person earlier today, that really helped me to feel better. So that can kind of spread and make it last a little bit longer. And last up, try one of our meditation exercises inside the Wellbeing Hub. This can really help to quiet your mind a little bit, to stop you from thinking all of those negative thoughts, and to help you to just be present in the moment and just thinking about not even positive stuff, but just neutrality, nothing, just at peace inside your mind. Okay. And if you are feeling that actually you're becoming increasingly negative and nothing that you're trying is working and you're feeling quite low and quite down, don't forget to check out the resources below this video where you can get some extra support and some advice on where to turn to next. Okay, take care.